ever read an intricately woven story that was part sci-fi, part fantasy, and part thriller? Take all those genres, add a pinch of realism and a dash of humor, and voila! You have the incredible series Artemis Fowl, written by Owen Colfer. Artemis Fowl is an entertaining series about a teenage criminal mastermind and his evolution into a do-gooder. His goal at the start of the series is the acquisition of money through, less than legal methods. In the end, his goal changes into a quest to save the human world and the fairy underworld from a sociopathic fairy named Opal Cowboy. This series is a must-read. Not only does it break the stereotypes of typical characters and plots, it is also complex and well-written throughout. Again, one reason this series is exceptional is because of the character complexity. Many series have characters that are flat and stereotypical. Like, say, good guy, bad guy. But the characters in Artemis Fowl are anything but stereotypical. Artemis Fowl, the book's namesake, is unlike any character in any book you've ever read. Sure, there are tons of books about boy geniuses, but how about a boy genius who manages to extort fairies, save the world, use magic, and also baffle countless psychologists over the years? Now, does that sound stereotypical? If you said yes, I challenge you to stop watching this video, read the book, and send me an email describing Artemis. In the first book in the series, Owen Colfer describes Artemis as an enigma. He is startlingly pale, with dark hair, and a cold and aloof personality. But as you will see, when you read this incredible series, Artemis morphs slightly in each installment. Artemis starts out as a criminal mastermind who doesn't really respect anyone, and wants nothing but to restore his family fortune via kidnapping a fairy to steal their gold. There's probably better ways of doing that. But the author states that Artemis still retained a childlike belief in magic, tempered by an adult determination to exploit it. He states, again, if there was anyone capable of relieving fairies of some of their magical gold, it was Artemis. Later on in the series, however, Artemis becomes less selfish and starts to care about more than just riches. For example, in the Atlantis complex, Artemis states, I am prepared to invest everything I have in a project to save the world from global warming. Later, he puts himself in danger to save a friend from an evil character. Many novels have characters who are single-minded and whose goals never change, but Artemis is constantly changing, becoming more mature and heroic. Another character who deserves a mention is Holly Short, a fairy who starts out as Artemis' mortal enemy and eventually becomes his friend and ally in the battle against evil. Have you ever read a book where fairies are happy winged creatures that cast glittering spells and ride on top of pink fluffy unicorns? Well, take that worn out idea and kill it with fire. And then make a fairy who is awesome and believable. Holly is not just any fairy. She is a brave, sometimes even reckless, LEP Recon, Lorimon's police reconnaissance, again, no coincidence, officer. Holly manages to take down the same troll twice, also being the first person to ever lay a hand on Artemis Fowl. When the troll breaks into an Italian village and Holly is given orders not to engage the troll, she goes after it anyway, risking her life and defying orders. And all that just happens in the first book. Later on in the series, Holly becomes calmer and kinder towards Artemis. In the time paradox, Holly literally goes back in time with Artemis and saves him from himself several times. And yeah, that's not the metaphor. Moving on! Therefore, she is almost as complex and entertaining as Artemis himself. Another reason why Artemis Fowl is a must-read is because it is so well written. It has a great combination of humor, imagination, and action. Critics agree it is a fantastic book, therefore working its way onto many bestseller lists, and winning many awards, including Irish Book of the Decade in 2010, the Garden State Teen Award, and the Young Reader's Choice Award, and countless others. The author describes the book as Die Hard with Fairies. I don't exactly get that reference. The New York Post said Artemis Fowl is great, a new thriller fairy tale that will grab your interest no matter your age. Time.com stated Artemis Fowl is pacey, playful, and very funny, an inventive mix of myth and modernity, magic and crime. But I might sum the book up as having the action and sci-fi of Star Wars and the humor and magic of Harry Potter. For example, to defeat Artemis Fowl, the fairies send in a crack team of fairy commandos who are defeated by Artemis' bodyguard, Butler. Then the fairies negotiate. Sorry. Doesn't work. Then they send in a troll, who is defeated by Butler again. Then the fairies actually biobomb the place, which is like a nuke that doesn't destroy the environment. Which, if you haven't figured out the pattern, doesn't work. But in the midst of all these epic events, the series still manages to have a hilarious sense of humor and just very strong storyline. One last reason why you must read Artemis Fowl is that it's not your typical fantasy. The whole series is perfect for those who are bored with typical fantasy stories because this one feels surprisingly real and still frequently floors its readers with how creative it is. For example, the fairies carry laser guns, and the dwarves, as you might expect, tunnel for gold. But their methods are slightly unorthodox. The author also includes challenges that exist in the real world, like environmental issues and racial prejudice. For example, Artemis destroys a whaler as a trap for Holly's boss, partly because he objects to people who hunt down and kill whales. So it's strange for someone who's kidnapping a fairy and then holding them for ransom. The fairies blame humans for just about every single problem in the world, and they refuse to share their alternative fuel sources and alternative technology. They call the humans mud people, and their argument for not sharing their devices is that the mud people might use them as weapons. Holly states there was a human before her, casually spouting sacred secrets. This was catastrophic. If the humans were aware of a fairy subculture, it was only a matter of time before the two species went to war. Racial prejudice and countries not sharing technologies are real-world issues that exist today. We probably would have solved global warming by now had we put our heads together. So the Artemis Fowl books really bring up some serious issues that make you think. In conclusion, Artemis Fowl is a unique fantasy with complex characters and an exquisite plot. The series is so intriguing and addictive, you'll probably find yourself rereading it 20 times on end. Well, at least I did. There are a total of 8 books in the series, all leading up to an ending that you'd never expect. In fact, it ends with Artemis. This slide has been removed for spoiler reasons. Sorry! As a bonus, Disney is promising a movie, so go ahead and try to finish the series before it comes out. This presentation was written and produced by Ben Parsons. Hope you enjoyed it!